Imagine yourself in the bustling streets of ancient Athens, surrounded by the noise of the market, the aroma of freshly baked bread, and the calls of street vendors. You are patiently waiting in line to buy fresh olives, when suddenly, someone cuts in front of you, completely ignoring your presence. How do you react? Do you let anger take over? Do you silently hold a grudge? Or maybe there is a better way to handle situations like this. Today, we will explore an ancient philosophy that offers a powerful approach to dealing with selfish people, Stoicism. But we won't just discuss abstract concepts or philosophical theories. Instead, we will take a journey through Greek mythology, immersing ourselves in the stories of goddesses, heroines, and legendary figures who embodied these principles. By the end of this journey, you will have a clear understanding of how Stoicism can help you face difficult interactions in modern life, whether you're dealing with manipulative colleagues, toxic friends, or simply the selfish individuals we encounter daily. So, put on the sandals of the ancient Greeks and prepare to discover the timeless wisdom of the Stoics. Before we dive into the stories of our mythological protagonists, it's essential to understand the historical and philosophical context in which Stoicism was born and developed. Founded in Athens around 300 BC by Zeno of Citium, Stoicism was not just a school of thought, but a way of life. The Stoics believed that virtue, comprising wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, was the only true good. They argued that external circumstances, including the actions and behaviors of others, were indifferent to our state of mind and inner happiness. The key to achieving serenity, they claimed, was to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts and actions, and accept with calmness what we cannot control, such as the behavior of others. In this context, many figures from Greek mythology embodied these principles, offering valuable lessons that still resonate today. We will explore the stories of three of these extraordinary figures. Antigone, a symbol of moral integrity and civic courage. Atalanta, an emblem of self-control, determination, and independence. Penelope, representing patience, fidelity, and wisdom. Let's see how these remarkable women dealt with selfish individuals in their lives, applying Stoic principles and leaving us with valuable teachings. Antigone, the daughter of Oedipus and Jocasta, faced a dramatic and painful choice when her uncle Creon, the new king of Thebes, issued a decree forbidding the burial of her brother Polynices, deemed a traitor. Creon, driven by his pride and desire to assert his authority, placed his laws above divine laws and common morality. Antigone was deeply troubled by Creon's decision. She knew that leaving her brother's body unburied was not only inhumane, but also an offense to the gods. Despite knowing that disobedience could cost her life, she decided to follow her conscience and give Polynices a proper burial. She applied Stoic principles in an exemplary way. Focus on virtue. For Antigone, doing what was morally right was more important than human laws imposed out of selfishness or fear. Her loyalty to her family and respect for divine laws outweighed any earthly decree. Acceptance of consequences. She knew she could not control Creon's reaction or the consequences of her actions, but she could control her decision to do what she believed was right. She accepted the risk with calmness, showing extraordinary inner strength. Maintaining calm and dignity, even when she was captured and brought before Creon, Antigone remained calm and composed. She did not let herself be consumed by anger or despair, but defended her actions with dignity and firmness. Antigone's story teaches us that when we face selfishness and injustice, maintaining our integrity and acting according to our moral principles gives us strength and inner peace. We cannot always change the unjust decisions or behaviors of others, but we can control how we react and choose to act. Atalanta was an exceptional huntress and athlete, known for her incredible speed and skill. Orphaned as a child and raised by a family of hunters, she vowed to remain independent and never marry, dedicating her life to adventure and the pursuit of personal glory. However, her beauty and abilities attracted the attention of many suitors. To discourage these persistent men, Atalanta declared that she would marry only the man who could beat her in a race. Whoever lost would pay with his life. This did not deter Melanion, also known as Hippomenes, who had fallen madly in love with her. With the help of the goddess Aphrodite, he obtained 3 enchanted golden apples. During the race, Melanion threw the apples along the path to distract Atalanta. Despite her determination and discipline, Atalanta succumbed to temptation, slowing down to pick up the beautiful golden apples. This cost her the victory, and Melanion won the race. This story offers several Stoic lessons. Self-control. Atalanta initially displayed great discipline and focus, but in the end, she gave in to distractions. It teaches us the importance of maintaining control over ourselves and not allowing temptations to divert us from our goals. Acknowledgement of external influences. The golden apples represent the distractions and temptations we often encounter along our path. Recognizing these influences and understanding how they can manipulate us is crucial to staying on course. Personal responsibility. Despite Melanion's trickery, Atalanta acknowledged that the decision to slow down was hers. Stoicism teaches that we are responsible for our reactions, regardless of others' actions. Atalanta's story reminds us that, to face selfishness and manipulation, we must first control our reactions and remain true to our values. Self-control is a powerful virtue that protects us from negative influences and keeps us focused on our goals. Penelope, wife of Odysseus and queen of Ithaca, is renowned for her patience and fidelity during the 20 years of her husband's absence, as he fought in the Trojan War and embarked on a long, obstacle-filled journey home. During this time, numerous selfish suitors settled in her palace, squandering her resources and insisting she choose one of them as her new husband, convinced that Odysseus was dead. Penelope faced this difficult situation by applying Stoic principles, patience and self-control. She did not allow herself to be overwhelmed by despair or anger at the suitor's persistence. She maintained calmness and self-control, managing the situation intelligently. Wisdom and cunning. She devised a stratagem to buy time. She declared that she would choose a new husband only after finishing weaving a shroud for her father-in-law Laertes. By day she wove, and by night she unraveled the work, deceiving the suitors for years. Faith and hope. She kept hope alive for Odysseus's return, despite external pressures and unfavorable odds. Her faith gave her the strength to resist the selfish advances of the suitors. Penelope's story teaches us that patience and perseverance are powerful tools for dealing with the selfishness of others. Instead of confronting the suitors directly or giving in to pressure, she used intelligence and self-control to protect herself and her family. Even though we do not face tyrant kings, deadly races, or intrusive suitors, modern challenges with selfish people are surprisingly similar. Here's how we can apply these principles in our daily lives. In the workplace, if a superior or colleague imposes unjust or ethically questionable decisions, like Antigone, we can choose to follow our professional and personal ethics while being aware of the possible consequences. Maintaining integrity is fundamental to our inner well-being and self-esteem. In personal life, when we are tempted by distractions that take us away from our goals, whether it be procrastination, consumerism, or negative influences, like Atalanta, we must exercise self-control. Staying focused helps us achieve what we truly desire and avoid future regrets. In interpersonal relationships, when we encounter people who try to manipulate or exploit us, like Penelope, we can use patience and wisdom to manage the situation. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can think strategically and protect our interests without compromising our values. The stories of Antigone, Atalanta, and Penelope demonstrate that Stoicism is a practical philosophy that can help us deal with selfishness and negativity with dignity and wisdom. By focusing on what we can control, our reactions and decisions, and keeping virtue as our guide, we can face challenges with serenity and inner strength. Remember, we cannot control others' actions, but we can choose how to react. The next time you encounter a selfish person or find yourself in a difficult situation, ask yourself, how can I apply Stoic principles to maintain my inner peace and act with integrity? By doing so, you will not only handle the situation wisely, but also inspire others to do the same. Stoicism is not a distant or outdated philosophy, but a practical guide for modern life. In a fast-paced and often chaotic world, we are constantly exposed to selfishness, external pressures, and challenges that test our emotional balance. True strength lies in controlling ourselves and our reactions, maintaining serenity in the face of adversity. As Epictetus said, it is not things that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Choose to see every challenge as an opportunity to grow and practice virtue. By keeping control of your emotions and focusing on wisdom and integrity, you will discover a new serenity and inner strength. The next time you face a selfish person or a complicated situation, remember the lessons of Antigone, Atalanta, and Penelope. Apply justice, self-control, patience, and wisdom. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. By doing so, you will not only overcome the situation with grace, but also grow as an individual, strengthening your character and inner peace. Remember, true mastery does not lie in changing others, but in improving ourselves. Stoicism offers us the tools to do this, guiding us toward a life of balance, strength, and authentic happiness. Embrace these principles and begin your journey towards self-mastery today. The stories of Greek mythology and the teachings of the Stoics offer us a roadmap for dealing with selfishness and negativity. Whether you are facing personal, professional, or social challenges, remember that ancient wisdom can be the key to a more serene and fulfilling life. Embrace Stoic philosophy and discover how it can transform your life, one step at a time. Thank you for embarking on this journey through ancient wisdom. If you found value in these stories and teachings, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming content. Share this video with friends and family who might benefit from these precious lessons. Your participation helps our community grow and motivates us to continue sharing meaningful content. Best of luck on your journey towards a more balanced and happy life.